Hey guys, before I start the video off, I want to give special thanks to my friend Eric, who's really helped and orchestrated a lot of the stuff for this build that I've done. He's been a fountain of information and other stuff, sort of like spewing out, a bit like a fountain. But he's helped me out with so much with this tank, still helping me out. Help me with fish, coral, equipment, and all sorts. And yeah, I'd like to give special thanks to him. Give special thanks to the Lord. Give special thanks to Creation Aquatics, who have basically have helped me out with every single build I've had when I've needed equipment. Because I'll be honest with you, without them, I don't think I'll be able to sustain the next build and next build and next build and next build, because as you know, this stuff's expensive, and if you're jumping from one build to another, can work out expensive. So check out the store. If you've got second-hand stuff that you want to buy, and you want to trade in and buy stuff, go and see the boys down there, and yeah, they'll give you a good price on your equipment and sell you some second-hand stuff, which you know, come very handy. And don't get it twisted. There's also loads of brand new stuff in there as well, and they're very knowledgeable and will help you out. So please enjoy the video. See you next time. Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to Tiger Tropics. Come with another episode today. As you notice, there's been a bit of a gap between the last episode and this episode, because every time that happens, I'm working on something. Now, since last time I spoke to you, I've done a couple of videos on water changes and stuff, which I don't think you guys enjoyed too much, because I didn't get much on the viewing and all that on those videos. So, hey, everyone has their own way. That's the way that I do it. So that's the way that I basically... What am I doing with my fingers like this? So that's the way that I thought maybe somebody might be interested. But hey. But anyhow. So as I said to you guys, I had a goldfish tank. I didn't really cover it too much or too well. And it's a good job, because I've literally traded it in and got a brand new project. This one's going to take a little bit longer. I'm going to run a whole series on this, because there's many products on this tank which I'm going to be reviewing. The tank's out for a week now, and this is my marine tank. Let me show you. Wickford's sump system. These rocks have been there for years and years and years and years. What we suspect is that there could be some phosphate leaching out of the rocks, which I'll have to purge. So I'm basically trying to stabilise this at the moment. But this is basically, because I've set this up with old biomedia, old rock, we've almost done an instant start on the tank. So we're having instant ugly stage. So yeah, we're just having to deal with this and bring down levels, so we counter it and we fight it. Now, when we've done the water test, which I know you don't really find very interesting, the nitrates were perfect. I think they were 0.5 or 0.25, which is good. The phosphates were higher though, almost 1 milligram, which is very, very high for a marine tank. So was it 0.1 of a milligram? I think it was 1 point. Anyway, it was high. So so there's phosphate remover in the filter. And there's carbon. So there you go. I mean, there's so much room in this filter, it's ridiculous. I could put in more bio, but I really don't need it. Filtration. This filter, I didn't really rate when it came to fresh water. I just wasn't getting the polish I wanted out of it. But for marine, fantastic. Oh, look at that. That's stirred up a whole load of stuff. Yeah, fantastic. So, yeah, really good. So this is the first update. And then what I'll do is I'll do one more shot, if my camera will pick it up, when the light unit goes into its night mode. See if I can actually pick it up and finish the video like that. So, yeah guys, and let me tilt it. Maybe that's a bit better. That's better. So this is basically my budget marine tank. It's a Juwel 180. I'll show you what corals I've got in there at the moment. Right, so apparently that's a LPS, and that's called a trumpet. Kenya tree. Different type of Kenya tree. Green fuzzy something or other. Yes. Got mushrooms. JPS. I don't know, satellite navigation. Not too sure. Still learning. I've got zoas, these are the rusters. I think these are called purple fuzzy monsters or something or other. I tell you what, I'm probably butchering this, so if you know what they are, let me know. Mushroom, and then I've got xenia here. So because this is a beginner tank, I'm a beginner. So we've started with softies and some LPS. To believe it or not, this is a week-old tank. Now let's run through the equipment. What I've got in here. So these, I've got two heaters. We'll start off with something boring. Got two heaters here. They're the Fish Are Fun from the range, which is like our general convenience store, bric-a-brac store, however you want to say it. I've got two Jabos. Focus. Two Jabos running which are the wave makers. I'll just show you under here. These are the controllers for it. The two heaters are basically working with a heat controller, and my filtration is a Tidal Seachem 110, as you can see running now. And what I have is the Fluval PS1 as the skimmer. I have a D&D auto top-up doodah, I think that's a technical term, and and I'm running the Fluval 3.0. Now, when I went to set this up, obviously, setting up a marine tank is expensive. So, luckily for me, my friends down at Wickford, down at Creation Aquatics in Wickford, gave me brilliant trade-ins for the equipment I had. Obviously, I still had to buy certain things like the rock and the filter, but I've got great trade-ins for the equipment that I had, for the equipment I had, plus the livestock as well. And then certain things were donated, like this damsel here. He is a staghorn damsel. I'm not too sure what these guys are. These are damsels also. But yeah, they like to hide, but then come out and bully this guy. And these guys like to hide a lot. So predominantly damsels so far. And I believe there's a cleaner shrimp in here, which I've just realised I'm not seeing. Hopefully he's not brown bread because... oh no, there he is. Hello, mate. You can just make out the tips. But, yeah, so if you need a different setup altogether, go to Creations because they've got a whole bunch of second-hand stuff. They do trade-ins, and you can make up whole setups very, very cheap. Yeah, much cheaper than if you was to buy it outright. Now, this basically like things like the Kenya tree I bought, the Kenya trees I bought. This I didn't. This was given to me. That was given to me. These were given to me. These were also given to me, and I bought that. Now, still worked out a little bit of money though to do all of this on top of all the trade-ins that I had to do. So I mean, the whole thing of are marine tanks expensive to set up? Yes, they are. They are, without a doubt. But yeah, this was just in budget. I'm just about able to afford it, and I can tell you on why I've set it up the way I have. Now, because it doesn't have a sump, see, I found a tank. A friend of mine basically saw this tank in someone's garden. I went, took the tank. The cabinet was going for about £30. Again, in someone's garden. I bought it. I was trying to get a tank big enough for the cabinet, but the problem is I didn't want to have a tank which that I couldn't rely on. And this tank, I could really rely on, you know. Knock on wood. So yeah, there's no leaks, there's very little scratches on it. It was a very good tank. So straight off the bat, the tank and the cabinet didn't cost a lot of money, 30 quid. Now the reason I'm telling you this is because you can buy very cheap setups for very little money, yeah, and you can convert to marine. You don't have to have a sump, yeah. Obviously sumps are a lot easier. But I've tried to set this thing up the easiest way without having a sump. Now, why a hang-on back filter? Now, this is quite an oversized filter for this tank. I mean, this tank's 180 litres. Works out, equates to something like 36 litres. And this is, 36 gallons, US gallons. And this filter here is designed for a 110 gallon tank. So it's producing way over what it should, which is great. More room for bio, and yeah, more room for bio, better flow, that whole thing. Also, with this, you've got the whole surface skimming as well, which it allows. Which the reason I went, that's the reason why I went for this filter, not the other filter, the AquaClear, because the AquaClear just pulls from underneath, and I wanted some of that surface skimming like what you'll get in a sump or a sump tank. The jury's out on the PS1, I think it's called a PS1 skimmer. All I've been getting since I've bought it is this very wet skim. I've been told that it's still new, needs to bed in, so I'm waiting. We're still early days, so yeah, eventually we should be getting more of a dry skim. I mean, that is right at the very, very top of the cup, because the adjustment happens here. So if you know anything about marine tanks, you know there's a wastegate, which is almost like an adjustment of how high the water is. So it will bring the foam further up. So that's what I've done, and on the Fluval website it says that this should be opened up all the way, which I've done, but I'm still getting this very, very wet skim. So again, jury's out on this skimmer. We're going to see how it goes. If we don't get on with it and it doesn't do a drier skim, and then yeah, we'll be changing it. So I've literally got another couple of weeks, about 3 weeks, until I decide what's going on with this thing. Now the auto top up. Now the auto top up is very important. When I first started setting up the tank, it was literally a jug of water, which I just kept on throwing in the top. And what happens is the salinity, which is basically the salt content in the water, will fluctuate up and down quite badly. So yeah, so not good. So if you can have it automated, and then you try to keep the salinity more more stable. So after a week, what did I discover? What's happened to the tank? Now I'm going to be doing this every month, this tank, to show you progress in growth, or if I end up killing everything, or whatever it is. But I'm going to do my best, obviously, not to. Since I am a novice at this, on top of that, I'm going to do my best to try to make this a success. Now, after a week, look at the brown algae come up everywhere. And only in my style, the way that I could do it, I've managed to grow another type of algae as well, which is fantastic. Now, because in this tank I've used live rock from a very old system. This is out of okay guys, this is with the blue setting on the light. Probably won't show it very, very well. It's kind of hitting the edge of the capability of my phone. Actually, what I'm witnessing here is more of a lilac colour, which may or may not be shown on this bit of footage. And this is what the Fluval light is basically producing. Now, like I said, I am going to do a video on each section of equipment, or each part of equipment to do with this tank, and just wanted to show you where this tank is at this stage. We'll see where we're at in a month's time. So yeah, guys, that's it. That is the Juwel 180 marine tank, my budget reef tank. We'll see how it all develops. What I reckon on each part of the tank and how they're performing, and go from there. So yeah, enjoy, like and subscribe. Please share the channel, and yeah, more stuff coming this way. See you later, guys. Take care. Bye bye.